Hello, hello, hello. Hello, can you guys hear me? Just give me a quick thumbs up if that's the case. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? So today we're going to be doing, I'm thinking of doing like a sculpture for a 3D print, just to see how that process is sort of done. I mean, it's nothing out of this world. There are a couple of things I've been thinking of. There's one that really caught my eye, which is this one you see here. It's quite, I don't know, there's something about it that's really attractive. But instead of doing it for like a sort of a rounded sort of sphere, I want to try something a little bit cooler, right? So that's what I have in mind for today. Either way, if you guys have found any cool references we can check out before we start, you know, send it in the chat and we can open it and we can have a look, just to kind of share what we've been up to. How have you guys been? Any news? How's work? How's uni? How's everything going? Give me a sec. I want to see if I can pull my chat. There we go. Just a reminder, we also have our Miro board. I've been a little bit absent, but I've been trying to post like some stuff, like the logic behind some designs. So this one here is like a turd, like a poo. So I thought it was quite interesting to approach, and that went crazy, and kind of explain each part, how it sort of works, and with some images. I think this sort of dynamic will kind of benefit us all. This one here also, so you can see the script nice and clearly. I'm going to try and do more of these, where I can share the scripts and sort of the logic behind it. Oh, I haven't seen this one. Who's this by? Yeah, this is interesting. So they've kindly left the link. Oh, that's sick. This is by Fabrice. Sick. This guy's sick. So yeah, definitely check this out if you guys want. If you don't have access, let me know and I can give you access. These are references. I need to update this. I have quite a few references uploaded, and what I'm trying to do is circle the ones I've approached and done. I think these ones are published over here somewhere. Yeah, here. Explaining differences and why certain things are done. I think it could benefit everyone, and it's definitely interesting. And they're not that super complex of a script, so I think it's worth trying out. Anyway, let's get back into it. So this is something I'll probably try and tackle another day. Just because the geometry is so complex on floor plan, there has to be some sort of logical breakdown. But I'm more focused on a 3D print. This sort of stuff is cool, but it's very common. So I'm trying to approach another type of design. And to be frank, I've become a little bit. I've been seeing this over and over again on my feed, and it's something I'm obsessing a little bit over. So I have an idea on how to do it, and I think it's worth trying out. So does this sound good? Are there any oppositions to actually tackling this design? Do you think it's worth doing? Do you guys prefer to try something else out? Just let me know. I'm super interested to hear feedback too. Also, I have some background music on, so if that's annoying, just let me know and I can turn it off. Okay, so this is the reference. Now I'm thinking of doing a surface a little bit cooler. I want the section to be sort of like a polygon. I think that could be cool. So I'm thinking of using just a polygon as a base, and then, you know, maybe we can smoothen it out doing some fillet, and then sort of doing a rotation and then some scaling, and I don't know, a bit of a combination of many different concepts. Let's do something complex. I think this is going to be a bit harder than it seems, but let's add layers to it. Let's see how far we can push it, and yeah, let's get into it. So for this sort of design, the paneling is sort of the last part. The issue here is that this panel is not, it's not like flat open, flat, open. It's like like a inwards pyramid where you're removing like one of the floors. What instruments do I play? Well, so I don't want to come across too big-headed. I don't want to sound like I know a lot when, you know, there's a lot of people who know a lot. But I started doing music when I was like 6, 7, and I started off with percussion instruments. So I started off with drumming. I would have a tutor who would come and teach me twice a week. I got into a band, church band, and then did that for like ongoing for so many years. And then when I was 14, I jumped onto guitar, and then piano. My most predominant instrument is the drums, but then it's piano. I've been playing piano since I was like 16, very consistent and playing a lot. So yeah, and then if you know guitar, bass is pretty much the same concept. So that's sort of the breakdown, I guess. Yeah, me too. Cool, let's get into it. So we need to create a cool surface for this. Now I have an idea of what we can do. I'm gonna kind of test it out a little bit. This music's crazy. One sec. Okay. Okay. XY. Okay, XY. Radius. I don't know. Let's start something fairly small. Radius. Blah blah blah. Yeah, percussion. Percussion has always been drums mainly. I got into like a heavy metal band and everything, and before I went to uni, it was like I was struggling to whether to get into music or whether to study architecture, or it was a very big mental battle. But at the end of the day, I decided to do architecture because I felt like I enjoyed mathematics and technical calculus a lot, and I didn't want to lose it. And I thought architecture was a good creative way to kind of apply mathematics, and here we are. Funny enough, a lot of us parametric designers are musicians. So like Carlos Bagnon, Tim Fu, like the whole like top G's, they play instruments too, and I don't think it's coincidental. Oh, I have a fillet radius option here. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. I think if we want a smooth surface, we're going to need to fillet. So I'm going to fillet that like this. I'm going to put Arctic View. Ooh, that's really heavy on the eyes. Okay, that works. And I'm also going to name things. So this is going to be initial radius. Do it. Okay, initial radius. This is going to be number of sides. Fillet radius. Let me just change this. Initial. Okay, so that's going to be my first sliders. Okay, and then actually I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so here we're going to move upwards. I'm actually going to use construct point, so we can do more than one. Then I'm just going to add a series before that in the Z coordinate. And I'm going to say every unit, more or less. And the count is going to be whatever. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. Initial polygon height difference. Okay. The other one is number of polygon initial. It doesn't need to be super descriptive, it just needs to be, you know, clear enough for me to understand in future. Okay, so okay, so that's going to be the sort of the first step, like that. In fact, I want to control the maximum height, so I'm going to kind of approach this a little bit different. So I'm going to define this by height, total height. And I'm going to say, for example, 30 units. Let me make some space. I'm going to bring this over here. I'm just going to work a little bit bigger. I think I can work from memory. Expression x divided by y. I'm going to reverse sort of the logic. I'm going to say if this is my total height and I want the distances to be every 1 unit, that's going to be my count. I think that makes sense. Okay, let's bring this over here, work this out. Okay, so this is going to be my polygons, and here what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale area. That's my center. I'll probably have to graph this, so I'm going to might as well graph it now. I'm going to simplify, just making sure. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a graph mapper where I have all the typical stuff, which is range, expression is x minus 1, and here I'm going to use a list length. I could connect it to the count at the beginning, but it's far away, so I'm just going to try and work as linear as possible. Okay, so this is my graph mapper. For now, I'm just going to select a sign. If I scale by 0, it's going to be an error. So what I'm going to do is a remap. I'm going to create bounds. Bang, bang. Double click here to produce a relay. Bring this over here. Construct domain. Okay, cool. Whatever. This goes between 0.1 and I'm going to say 0.1 and 1. That way I can control what my maximum is and my minimum in relation to my initial values. Although this might need a little bit of tweaking. Okay, I'm going to say my maximum is 1. 2 decimal places is enough. I'm going to say 0.3. And then this is going to be my factor. And then my geometry is this. So, in fact, I'm going to bring this down a little bit. I should probably do a challenge where I script blindfolded, as in like this, without seeing the actual geometry. Oh, did he? Frank Gehry played the Hawaiian guitar. The little one, you mean? Like a ukulele. Is it ukulele, or are you referring to another sort of guitar? Ooh, this shape is cool. Me gusta. So this is our initial shape, but I want it to twist. So we could use a twist, but I'm going to use a rotate. So here we have two options. We can use a rotate with a graph, or we could use a series. What do you guys think would be interesting? Again, so the question is, do we want to rotate according to a graph, or do we want to rotate according to a series component? What do you guys think is a better idea? So if we use a graph, it's like you can twist in one direction and then twist it back. So for example, if we were to rotate using this graph, it would rotate by 0, 1, 1, whatever, right? It goes up to here and then it goes back to its initial place. Whereas if we were to use a series, it would be linear. Yeah, I suspected as much. Ay, Senor Walter, why do you do this to me, huh? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this, because I'm a lazy person. I was going to swear, but I'm going to try and not swear so much. There are ladies, and one must be as the least vulgar as possible. So here, okay, the rotation needs to be bigger. I'm going to say 360. Oh, that's not 360. It's funny because I bought a really cool keyboard, and the keyboard doesn't have any letters on it. It's just like a grayscale, and it's really hard. I'm still trying to kind of memorize where everything is. Okay, so this is the angle. What's happened here? It's not okay. I don't think it's grafting properly. Graft. It's not working. Why? Ah, because I need to flatten here and steps here. Is it rotate? It's not rotating. Oh, because this is still very small. Okay, there we go. So let me take this off. there's a lot going on there. So let me take this back to 90 and we can now loft. Panel, I should probably flatten. We have this sort of geometry. You can see it's twisting in one direction and then it's going back. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see if I can draw. You can sort of see this happening. Oh, that's because of the scale. Yeah, you can see. I guess you can see it on floor plan. Yeah, it's a suggestive form, I guess. And okay, so here I'm going to save. Yeah, it's looking interesting already. Okay, let me just. I should probably notate some stuff. Minimum rotation, maximum rotation. What's this? Minimum scale. Minimum scale. Okay. I guess I should leave it 1. This should be a fixed value. I shouldn't play around with this. 1. I'm going to force myself to be nice and cohesive. Okay, so that's that. This is... That's one thing. This is another. Okay, so we have the loft, which is this interesting little thing here. And we're going to panel. Now, I want the panels to be triangular. Where's my triangle panels? What the hell? What the hell? What the helly? Is it like B? Triangle panels B. That's it. Where's my reference? Triangular pyramid sort of thing. Okay, so I have a suspicion that there's going to be some error. Because it might not read it as one surface, but rather more than... Okay, it does. Oh, that's good. That's bloody brilliant, man. Let me just double check something, because I feel like something's up. Oh no, it's stitched. This is what I was referring to. I hate that bloody stitch. This always happens. This is an issue I have with the panels. It doesn't know how to close it. And in fact, I actually want to try something out before we do this. So there's a really interesting design I like to do, where if I have a surface like this, I'm going to use an ISO trim. I'm going to use construct domain, and this is going to go between 0 and 1. I'm going to copy and paste. This is going to be 1. I don't know which one's which, so we're going to find that out in a second. This is my domain. Surface needs to be reparameterized, blah, blah, blah. Turn this off. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we can select a percentage of our surface. I think that's going to be really bloody cool. And of course, if I rotate more or less, that's also going to be even more interesting. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so this is our ISO trim. Okay, so this, I should probably... This is height. So this is minimum height. Oh no, what do I call this? Starting point height. This is really not a good way of naming things. Ending point height. Ending point height. Okay. And this is, I guess this would be like XY start percent. Oh god, I'm butchering these names. XY end. What was it? Percent. Okay. Ooh, crazy. Losing my mind. Woo. Okay, so this goes here. This goes there. Bada bing, bada bong. Okay, so that works. Now here, that works too. Oh, this is good news to me, huh? Okay, so this I'm going to move this over here. Yes, it's cool. Okay, okay, okay. Now, what the fudge was I going to do? Do you know what would be really cool if we had another interior? Ooh, one sec. My dog is barking. Do you hear my dog? She's barking crazy. One sec, guys. I've had to close the door. It's funny because she hates, there's a neighbor she really bloody hates, and every time she sees her from the balcony, she goes nuts. Don't know, dogs. Okay, so what I'm thinking, right, is to offset the surface. Now the thing is, I don't know whether I can do that from here. So if I offset prep, this is something I don't know. I've never really tried this. Yeah. Now I have a good, yeah, but the seam I want you to be able to see through the design. So imagine you have like a vertical lamp. I want it to be sort of embedded. I don't know. This is something we can change afterwards. I do have another working theory though to get rid of the seam. We'll just have to try it out. Why did I use solid? No, I don't want it to be solid. This is going to have to go inwards. Oh shit, I don't like that. Alright, I think that's because this valley is pretty big. There we go. So this is going to be an inner surface. Now this is where it gets bloody techie. So that's going to be that. Alright, this is going to come in later. First I need to define a few things. So here what I'm trying to do is okay, I need to evaluate surface. This is where it gets interesting. And I have my suspicions that we're going to have to do some techie stuff. Okay. Turn this off. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to extract the center. This centroid. I'm going to amplitude. This is my vector. Now this value needs to be small, so I'm going to say 0.5. This is, yeah, I'm trying to sort of simultaneously work it out. I'm going to move this point. This is my point, and I'm going to move it in this direction. Now the thing is, some of them are going to go inwards. Fuck, that's exactly what I was worrying about. Some of them are going to go inwards, some of them are going to go outwards, and I think it's because you're working in a different quadrant. When you're working in this quadrant, it goes outwards. When you go on this one, it goes negative. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do both directions and then filter it out somehow. Because the idea is to extrude towards this point. So I can actually quickly demonstrate what the intention is. Oh, wrong one. Extrude point. This one here. The idea is, where are you? I'm going to turn this into a curve. Da-da-dam. Okay, so the idea is to do this. Let me just graft everything properly. Graft, and simplify. Save. Bang. So you can see that this is sort of the idea. Let me just bake it so you can see it a little bit better. This is the effect I'm trying to achieve. From the exterior you have this indented feel, but the thing is, here on this side it's going outwards. So some of them are going inwards like this one, and then some of them are going outwards like this one here. And the issue is I want them all to go inwards. I don't want any of them to go outwards. I mean, outwards is pretty cool too, but I think the reference is inwards. Okay, so what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to filter it somehow. So I'm going to leave this here for now. So what I'm thinking is to produce this direction. Let me just turn, no, I might need it. This one, and then to produce the negative of this, right? So I'm going to copy paste negativo. This one's going to go here, here, and then here I'm just going to relay so it's a little bit easier. Okay. Man, cable management sometimes is a bit of a pain in the ass. Okay, I think that works for now. So we have both points. We can merge them into the same list. And we have to do some sort of culling. Let me just check that they're actually merging properly. There should be 2 per list. There's more, and that's probably because this needs to be grafted. There we go, 2 points. Okay. And basically I need to measure which one's closest to the inwards. So I could measure everything towards the center, 0, 0, 0. But I feel like in some instances it's going to be closer on the exterior, in some instances it's going to be closer to the interior. So this is where you have to be clever. How can I differentiate this? If I... Okay. Let me bake this. I need to visualize this. If I see this from the side, the points aren't on the level. What if I do this? Center. If I just measure which one's closest to this line, in theory you're working on the same plane. In theory. It doesn't matter because you're working in projection. If I work in projection... Okay, let me break this down. If I'm working in 2D, so let's say I have the surface, right? There's going to be a point on the exterior and the interior. So I have 2 points. Let me just draw a sphere. I think it's going to be a little bit easier. We've produced 2 points, right? Something like this. If I produce 2 points and I see it from the side, yes, one is going to be slightly higher than the other, but the difference is quite small. So I can measure the distance from here to here from each point. And then I just get rid of whichever one is furthest away. I just select the one that's closest. That's the theory. Yeah. I mean, the more rules you know, the better. That's my theory. Okay, so I need to measure this to a line. Now I need to create that line, which, if I remember correctly, we created these curves at the beginning, and we also extracted the center. So I can, in theory, connect a polyline here, and then I have that line. Yeah, boy. Yes, I think that's going to be the clever way to do it. Sometimes you just get revelations, man. I'm telling you. Here I'm going to use closest. What's that component called? Curve closest point. This one here. Now, fuck. How do I do this? I might have to graph, but I don't know what order it is. It's irrelevant because there's only one curve. It's fine. Okay, so here. Oh god, this is going to be interesting. Sort. My keys is going to be the distance, so I'm going to sort by distance, and these are my points. And then here, keys, it's going to select whichever one is. It's going to sort them by length. So this one, okay, so it is sorted. Oh, this is good. This is very good. And then here, I can just select the first one, which is going to be the smallest distance, which is the closest one to the curve. and it should work. Curve, turn this on. It seems like it's working. It's selecting all the points that are on the inside. Oh, that's fucking genius. That's very, very good, Brian. Well done. Yeah, that's clever. Cool. That's very cool. Okay, so extrude point. Extrude point. Shit, I should probably... I need to... Oh, there's Kida barking again. Graft, graft. Simplify, simplify. Point. And there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bake this into Rhino. And we have it. We bloody have it, man. Yeah, that's good. That's very good. It's very, very good. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, I want to do this infill effect. Okay, this is very good progress. Okay, so what I need to do is kind of backtrack a little bit to this thing I did earlier, which is the inwards offset. And this I need to divide. I need to do the same thing here. So I need to divide it into the same amount of points, into the same amount of panels. Turn this off. And then here I need to do something. This is something, I don't like this. This is bugging me. And that's because of the offset type. And I don't necessarily know how to... Okay, I just need to be very careful with this. The only issue is that this needs to be smaller than this value here. This is where it gets techie. Okay, so the idea is to offset this. No, I need to approach this in a different way. Okay, this doesn't work. This just doesn't work. I think what the option here is to just recreate another polygon from the beginning. Or I could just scale. I could probably just scale these rotated values. I think that makes sense. Scale. I'm going to say 0.8. Oh, wrong one. Lol. Area. Centroid. And then here I can do all of this. So I need a little bit more space. Okay, so let's bring this forward. This is going to be in parallel. Okay, so I need to loft. I need to do all of this. I can just do this. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. I can use the same domain. Okay, bring this over here. Same domain and then same subdivisions. And we should get a slightly different result. Cleaner result. This is cleaner. Yes, it seems to be much cleaner. And then here, I'm going to scale it a bit more. Yeah, that way we're making sure the gap works. So think about it this way. I'm trying to make this have a thickness rather than just being a solid. Now the issue here is that I'm going to have to join breps. So here I'm going to use a join brep. Join, flatten. And I have these two outcomes. Okay, so I have this and this. This is not welded together, is it? Because I can select it individually. No, that's not what I need. Here I'm going to use same thing, brep join. And I think if I'm to connect a curve component to here, if I connect a curve like so, I get the console. Oh, this is good. Esto es muy bueno. That's good. That's very good. Okay, so I should do the same here. Bam, bam, bam. And then if I merge these two together, merge, merge, merge. Is this connected? I don't know. Yes, it is. Okay, good. Then I can just loft. Flatten. Okay, and then I'm going to bake this just to see if it's working. I'm going to bake this as well. Bake. Bake. Ah, well. I have to do something to rectify this loft. And I think it's the loft options. Type. These are straight lines, so I'm guessing we need the straight line type. Free. I'm going to use a panel, that way I don't change it. Oh no, what's happening here? Toggle. Something's happening. This is 1, this is 2. Let me just see what's going on here. Am I able to loft these two together? In Rhino you can, so in theory, Grasshopper should be able to too. Adjust. Let me just turn everything off. Otherwise I'm going to kind of see too much information. Ah, there we go. That works. Okay, so brep. I'm going to rebake this into Rhino. Brep. That's the idea. And it gives me some sort of there's a precision error. Why? It's just a visualization error. And I think it has something to do with the units and the tolerance. So in theory, if I scale it, no, it still has an error. Why you do this to me, huh? Hey, what's happened here? Adjust, rebuild, refit. No, definitely not refit. Maybe it's the type. Okay, so let me just quickly. Oh, I think I know. I think I know what's happening. And I have a bad suspicion. Fuck. Okay. This is gonna be an issue. Can you guys see what the issue is? Can you guess what the hell's happening? Any guesses as to what the fudge is happening? I'll give you guys a second to see. I know what the issue is. Yeah, I think I know. Okay, so the issue isn't the loft. Surprise, surprise. The issue is I shouldn't even have this. Which one's which? This is the exterior one is going to be the issue. The exterior one is the issue. Okay, there's a fix. So the interior one is not an issue. The issue is that these pyramids are out of the contour of this face. You can see this pyramid from this face is extending its bounds. So what I actually need to do here is reconstruct this somehow. I need this. I just need it to be a panel without the pyramid. The issue is the pyramid. Oh, that's a bloody issue, isn't it? Okay. So we need to filter the bad ones out. So, okay, let me just try and have everything sort of near each other. I'm going to delete this for now. Okay, so I have this surface. Okay, I'm going to need my inner surface too, which is, I don't know which one it is. Is it this one here? So I'm going to put this near each other. Towards the end. This is my inner. I don't need this one. I need this one. I need this one. Extrude. I don't need to. Okay, I'm going to delete this, otherwise I'm going to confuse myself a little bit. I need the triangles. I need the inner surface. And then what I'm thinking is point in solid. Is it point in breadth, perhaps? Yes, point in breadth. Yeah, I mean, I was also thinking that. I was thinking if I change the domain in the interior, it's going to work. But the thing is, it's going to be so manual. And the less moving parts you have, the better. Like sometimes optimizing a script is not manually adjusting so that the geometry fits. It's more like finding an internal system that corrects itself. I don't know, it's a balance, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you're right. You are right. What you could do is just change the domain in the interior. You would have to make the exterior shell domain you need the exterior shell to be smaller in domain than the interior one, but the thing is, the value you will never know. It would depend on the offset of the two surfaces. So what I propose is grabbing all of the points we have in the interior, which is the edge of the pyramid, and then seeing if that how do you do this? Of course, if you do point in brep, you're going to need the brep to be closed. So I don't have a closed curve, a closed surface. So in fact, we need to create that closed surface now. Okay, that's fine. We have all the elements for it. So we have the interior surface, which is this. The exterior surface is over here. I'm going to put this over here. Relay. Oh, and what do I do from here? This is a good question. I'm going to put this over here at the top. Okay. These are my two surfaces, and then these two I have to close together, so I would have to do the whole bloody loft thing. I would have to merge, blah 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 blah, and then loft, and then merge again, and then brep join. Brep join. Let's bake this. This is a closed surface. Please, cerrado. Yes, it's closed. Okay, good. So I can now use this as the filter, I guess. This is going to change, so I'm going to move this out of my way for now. I'm going to move this out the way for now, and I'm going to need a clear understanding of what's happening. Pull this back. Okay, so this is my BREP. These are my points, and my BREP is this. Now this is going to give me a true or false statement. So what I can do is I can do a dispatch. This is my pattern, and the elements I'm dispatching are both the curve and the points. Right, that's going to be interesting. Graphed. Simplify, and in theory, these are my points. One list should be the ones that are in the interior. The ones that are inside are these. These are my exterior points, which you can see is correct. These are my interior ones. Okay, good. It seems to be working. You can see them. Okay, I think that works. Oh god, this is too good to be true. Okay, so here I'm gonna have to use the same true or false statement, but instead of points, it's gonna be curves. It's going to give me an error because I currently have connected points, but I need the ones with curve. Okay, so these are the ones that are inside. Oh, that's good. It's filtering it out pretty well by the looks of it. And these are the ones that are out of bounds. So for these ones, I'm just going to convert into a surface. These are the ones that are causing the problem. And the other one is the one I need. So, extrude point. Extrude point. Now I need to graft, simplify. This is my curve, this is my point. And then save. I need to merge this into the same list. And then do a BREP, flatten. I need to BREP join. Okay, okay, good, this is very good. So turn this off, I don't need this anymore. Flat surfaces, it seems to be okay, I don't know. We'll have to check in a second, but I think the logic is pretty sound. Hopefully you guys are following a little bit. Are you guys able to follow? I don't know if I'm under speaking where you don't understand what or follow through. Okay, so I have these surfaces. These are joined. Okay, so I need to rejoin this with what? With the interior one, which is also panelized. Good. Yes, that's correct. And then the loft difference between this and this. Right. So we're kind of. This is separate. I need to BREP join. BREP join. Flatten. Oh, wrong one. Flatten. Let me put everything nice and neat together. Here I need to extract the contour with curves. Copy paste. Copy paste. Merge. Merge. Flatten. Loft. I already have the loft over here. Beam. And then finally, I think we might be reaching the final steps. If everything's played out well. Flatten. and then finally brep join. And I think this is the conclusion. Ah, fuck, error. Why? Curve. Why is there a curve? Loft. Ah, lol. Wrong one. My bad. Silly me. Okay, so it's going to be this. This and this. I got scared there for a second. This is my other curve, which is going to go here. My other brep. My loft. And I think 3 was the better one. Like this, bring this down here. And in theory, closed curve. Oh yeah, boy. And now it's a bloody closed curve. Oh yes. Yes. Tricky MF. You tricky mother trucker. Okay, good. This is bueno. Okay, so I'm gonna just adjust something. I'm thinking, okay, scale. Where are you? Where's my scale? Here. I just want to stress test this a little bit. Oh my god, it's actually pretty fast in calculating. Yes, this improves the thickness. I'm thinking the domain is pretty big. And then also the rotation thing. The croissant. Yes, cool. It's cool. I want to see, actually I want to see how it looks when it's linear. Is this the rotation one? Which one's the rotation one? I've forgotten. This is a scale one, right? This is the rotation one. What if I just make it constant? Linear. Ooh, I like this a lot more. I like this a lot more. Now it's giving me an error. I think. Why is it giving me? Oh, because the rotation is huge. That's why. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think it's the interior panels. Okay, here, bake. Yeah, we get some errors. Why are we having errors? Oh, because the domain is not. It's a tricky domain. And the offset's small. There we go. Is that a loft issue? I don't know if that's a loft issue. Yeah, it seems to be like it is. I have a feeling that we don't even need to adjust. Let me see if I can quickly fix this up. Okay, so we have the loft. These are my curves. Curves are good. Stretchy. Nope. Refit. Nope. Adjust. No. Let me connect another slider. Curve. I mean, this makes sense. It makes sense, but it's not lofting as I hope. 3, I don't need to adjust. Okay, so why is it not working? Curve. Is it because it's not joined? It is joined. So what's the issue? Are the dimensions so small that it just doesn't pick it up? Which could also be the case. No, it's not the case. Rotation 0. This shouldn't be an issue. What's happening? I don't know. If I rotate the big one, that's the interior one. I mean, it makes sense. So I'm not sure why. I mean, the lofts, they're all working well. It's just this last one here, this loft here, for some reason, it's just not solving properly. And I'm not sure why. Oh. How can I fix this? Is it because I'm overcomplicating things? Is it because I'm using a paneling system in the interior? Can I not just connect it simply to the... If I do this, I have this curve, it's... Oh, crap. I mean, yeah, that should work. It's going to give me a smoother outcome. I don't know. I don't know why it's not... Why is it not doing it properly? That's a good question. No comprendo, amigos. Everything was going too perfectly, so this is not a surprise, and I think I should probably go back to what I have before. Panels, blah blah blah. Brep join. Loft. This is this one. This is curve. These are my merge of both the panels and the pyramid ones. This is my brep join. Okay, let me just double check. This is actually doing the brep join. Yeah, it's all perfect. To be quite frank, I'm surprised this even worked. Grasshopper, Okay, turn this off. This curve, that's the thing. I have both curves which work well. It's the loft. It's the loft that's bugging me a little bit. It's bugging me a little bit, and I don't know why it's not working. Okay, let me see if I can work this out. The thing is, I'm guessing that in Rhino this does work. Yeah, in Rhino it works, and that's really annoying. So it's a grasshopper thing. It's a grasshopper thing. Any ideas, guys? I don't know. This is my first stump moment. This is really interesting. I'm not sure why it fails here. Because it works before with the other one. When we use the sign... Oh, now it's not working. Because I disconnected the rebuild and the loft options. See, it works here. So why is it not working for 180? Is there like a threshold where it doesn't know how to... Now it's working. Oh, because we used a linear one before. Okay. Yeah. Oh, because it crosses over. Is that the issue? Is that the issue? Is that the issue? No, it doesn't seem like it is the issue. The underlying issue. Ay, padre. A ver. I don't know. I mean, we could. There is one alternative. Where we explode the curve. These are my segments, endpoints. Deconstruct. This is a really big workaround though. This is really annoying. Equality, where if the Z component is the same, it means it's horizontal, and then I can remove whatever is horizontal. Cull index. Did I write that wrong? Cool index. Equality list, and that's going to be selecting no. Or I can dispatch. Is it the dispatch that's the way to do it? This is a good question. Questions, eh? Everything's questions. Horizontal. Yes, horizontal. It's not picking these ones up because it's not horizontal. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Oh my god, I don't know. It's not horizontal either. That's an issue. That is an issue. That's a big bloody issue, man. Okay, so I am thinking of... I don't know what I'm thinking. Any ideas? Any ideas are welcome. This is... Okay, so this... It should work. It should, in theory, do the same for each one. Okay. So... One of them is flipped. Why is one of the curves flipped? Is that what's happening? Oh, you mother... It's because it's flipped. Why does it flip? I've never understood why it flips. Okay, well we got down to the bottom of it. Now the issue is now if I always leave this reference with this one as a guide curve, question is, will this always work? Now we can test this out with a new sign, and then yes, it works. Oh, thank God. This is what we call a stress test, and it's showing me these lines, but it's not existent. It's just the graphics. It's because I'm working with small units. Stress tests, good. Fuck me. All right. Okay, so the issue was, just to clarify, well, this is a long script. I'm going to show with an example. If I have a curve that goes in this direction, let me quickly actually draw in Arctic view. If I draw a curve from here to here, starting from left to right, yeah, and then I do one from right to left, in theory this is sort of flipped. And what I mean by that is, if I'm in Grasshopper, I reference these two curves. So this is going to be one, set one curve. If I reference this one here, set one curve, and I do divide curve, for instance, and I just divide both of them by the same amount. Line. You're going to see that because I built one in one direction and I built the other in the other direction, it's connecting them in different ways. Because when you build a line, if you divide it, it's like counting 0 to 1 in one direction and counting 0 to 1 in the other, right? So to kind of explain this even more, if I do this, you have this, right? And if I draw, this is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, and then in red, oh bollocks. Let me try this again. Okay, so if I do this one here, 3, okay, and if I do one here, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. I'm basically, because the top curve is built in this direction, that's going to be the numeric system, and then this one at the bottom is in the opposite direction. You're connecting it like this, but what we're trying to achieve is we're trying to loft in order, where this is with this, we want it in this direction, right? So what you'd have to do in Grasshopper is you would have to flip one of the curves. So what you can do is just use flip curve, you flip this one, and then you would use one of the other one as a guide, and then you have it straight like that. So you, again, here it's without the flip curve, and this is with the flip curve. The direction is important. So that's what was essentially happening with the loft. The loft was inverting it. So by flipping the curve, it's just correcting the direction, because lofts are essentially like subdivisions that you connect in a loft. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Okay, so we have our bloody script. And then here in the rotate thing, I'm going to make this bigger like it was before. Oh, that's bloody huge. That might be a little bit... Oh no, I want the straight version. And I want the domain to be a little bit bigger. No, that's too big. Something like that, and then I want it to be tall. Count. So if I just increase the count, I can make it taller. Now this is happening again. Oh, this is such an issue. And we're going to have to manually do it every time. Seems so. Seems so, and it's really an issue. Actually, no. Huh? Or is it just... Oh, I think this might be the issue now. Yeah, I don't need to adjust. There we go. Everything is in order. Cool. Bake. And voila. We have our design. I might have to 3D print this tonight. Yeah, it's cool. What do you guys think? It's cool. I'm also thinking, this is 3 sides. What if I make it 4 sides? I mean, this will probably need a lot of stress tests, but I think it's going to work. 4 sides is also very interesting. Pentagon. Pentagonal. Voila. It's pentagon. That's cool. What does the section look like? I mean, the indentations are not very big, so what we can actually do is push them back with, where are you, vector, here, 0.5 to exaggerate the feel. Yeah, and if I bake, I need to be careful because there is something I need to take into account, which is the scale and the vector. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them next to each other, and I just need to make sure that there's some sort of control. These aren't they don't correlate. It's more of a visual thing. I'll probably work on this and make it a little bit more sensible. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's cool, man. Yeah, this was an interesting one. You wanted complex? This is complex enough. Oh. Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm going to 3D print this. I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, which version do you prefer more? I think I prefer this one a little bit more. And then here, what I'm going to do is 3D print. Yeah. A seashell sort of vibe. Now I'm going to import this model in Creality. Creality. Give me a sec. Let me just check my presets because I think I might be. Oh, one sec. Okay, so what I'm going to do. I'm going to export this. This is going to be print test. So. Where's my mouse? Sorry, one sec. My computer's bugging. Why is it bugging? Why are you bugging? One sec. Yeah, let me just reload. This is my 3D print. File, Creality, print. Creality print. Okay, file, drag this baby in here. Ah, lol, I exported as... I'm an idiot. Where are you? Export that selection. This is going to be OBJ. Where are you, Mr. OBJ? Am I going blind? Here. Okay, print test. Okay, that was quick enough. Print test, OBJ, I'm gonna have to scale. Oh, lol. There's some parts that we'll probably have to clean up. But I think overall it's fine. I'm going to quickly slice it. prefer the first one. Yeah, the infill makes sense. That's good. Print time of 3 hours. That's not bad at all. I mean, I would have to generate a base, otherwise this is just going to tilt. So in fact, the base would be the base would be like the first polygon, I guess. If I were to do this, I would just use the first. I would just do this extrude, and then I'll just give this a base, and then that way you can print, and it's like a nice little trophy. Yeah, it's cool, man. I dig it. What do you guys think? Was it worth it? A new print in my arsenal. What do you guys think? Yeah. Yeah, the print is going to be interesting. This script was gnarly. It was quite dramatic. I mean, now it doesn't look crazy. It's actually, why does it look quite neat? That's strange. I just need to title everything, I think. Cool. Thanks, mum. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I dig it. This was good. Yeah, it was interesting. Bloody challenging script though. Bloody challenging script. Okay, guys. Well, I'll probably be printing this very soon, and I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it all night. Well, it's not even that long. It's like probably takes like 4 hours, and I'll show you the result soon. Cool. All right, guys. Well, if there's nothing left to say, I will see you all on the next one, I guess. Yeah, it's cool. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you all guys on the next one, and thank you for joining as always. You guys absolutely rock. Yeah, it's cool. Alright, if you ever have any questions or if you just want to talk, I'm always open to talk a little bit on Instagram. Walter here, my friend, is one of the OGs. He talks to me very often, and he can tell you firsthand that I'm very open. Cool, guys. If you do some work, share it with me. I love to see it. I like to get inspired by you guys. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you all on the next one. Cool, guys. Have a good one. Bye. Gracias. Gracias, chavales. Nos vemos en la próxima. Un día estos tengo que hacer un stream en español. Que también tengo algunos seguidores que hablan en español. Podría ser bastante interesante, creo yo. Alright, guys. Anyway, I'm losing it. See you all very, very soon. Bye. Bye, bye.